What's up, tubers? Tio here, Simplistic Fishing, coming back at you tonight to continue our lake breakdown series of Lake Nickajack out in Tennessee. In fact, tonight will be the final version for the lake. We're going off to finish off the offshore hotspots, show you guys all the goodness out there, hopefully putting you on some fish. Let's go check it out. Bye. Welcome back. Here we are back in Navionics mobile app. And if you missed the last video, we actually went through the Navionics mobile app and broke down the offshore spots for Lake Nickajack on this south and eastern side. So now what we're going to do tonight is we're going to start up here at the top, and we're going to work our way back down to the dam, but we're going to stay on this north side, this kind of north western side this time, and work our way back down and see what we can find. So there's not a ton of stuff up here at the top, but as we work our way down towards the bottom, there's definitely some interesting offshore stuff. And of course, we can't mark every single offshore hotspot on Lake Nickajack. That would take us forever to mark all those different contours, but these are definitely spots where we think there should be a high percentage that there will be fish there. So definitely go check them out. So let's go look here. First off, we started at the dam, right? We started up here at the dam. We talked about the little point off the dam and fishing the point around the dam. Also that rock that was up there. There was some rock that we exposed during the Google Earth breakdown that we could see there as well. So you definitely want to look at this area right here. And then of course that point too. So let's keep moving on down. Of course, any of the bridges, want to fish around the bridges. Those are always good offshore spots. We're going to get a little bit down here, and the first spots that really that kind of jumped out on us. This is an interesting spot because it doesn't really pop out to you that much, but it definitely looks like it could have some potential. So you've got the main current coming down right through here, and you've got these little high spots of about 14 foot, and it comes off to a little point right here. So I would look in this area. Also over in here, you have a little cut in that's going on back in here that you could take a look at. Oops. So you could look at these little cut-ins, good areas to where they can kind of find breaks from the current. And then over here, I have no idea what's going on over here, but a really deep hole with some really good ledges for them to hang around. So definitely looking over there in that area. So we're going to move on down, see what else we can find. Got another one of those little areas again. I don't know what these are, if these are old ponds or what they are, but definitely some good spots to look. If you're looking for some deeper water that's really not out in the middle, you definitely have some opportunities here. I could see some people putting brush in here and stuff like that. You never know what you might find there. All right, so let's keep moving down. We're going to go on down. There's not going to be, again, a ton of stuff here because it's pretty much just a straight channel coming through here. A lot of the stuff that you see where these green marks are different areas where there was rock. Those were also marked on the Google Earth waypoints, so we already have those on there. So really, from this standpoint, we're just looking more offshore type stuff. We talked about the front of the islands on the last video, or the front of the humps where the current's coming down and fishing on the front instead of the back, or you can fish both. They both have fish, definitely, but the fronts seem to be very productive. So definitely this area right in here is going to be a good area to check out. And then as we go up here, we get to this little spot where we have all these bridges. Obviously, the bridge areas are going to be great offshore spots, and then this point that's happening back here on the backside of this island could be good as well. And then we talked about this being, I think I said it last video, this area right in here just looks really good to me. I mean, with all these bridges that are in here, you could just fish bridges all day and probably just load up on fish. But it just looks like a really good area. And you've also got a lot of these other little areas, like see where these little green pluses are, where you've got all kinds of different rock and stuff to fish around. We marked several things from the Google Earth standpoint too that was right around here as well. So just a really good area. To me, it looks like to be fishing around. So let's keep moving on down, see what else we can find. We got some bluff walls, really steep walls, some rock, stumps, and things like that. The next offshore spot that I found on this side would really be right around in here, right around this, what does that say, Ross Second. So right around the Ross Second Island. When you get in there, you're going to notice right here in this little area that it goes to basically 13 foot to 33 foot, and then it comes back up here and goes from 33 foot back to 20 foot. So you've got a little bit of a ledge going on right in here, maybe not a little bit, pretty significant little ledge or something like that going on right in here. Plus you've got this little pinch point coming through here. So either side of this could be good, but I would probably look right around in that area. All right, coming down here, we talked about that on the last video on that side. So we're sticking to this side. As we move up here, again, just an interesting little spot, just a little point that comes out. Looks like it might have a little creek channel or something going by it. I can't tell what this little dotted line is, but just something to look at. I love the contours that are here, the kind of casual break that's going on there. Those are sometimes good places to find fish. Now we're going to keep moving up. And you're saying probably, where are you? So I'll let you know once we make a stop. But here you go. We're by the Marathon Ashland dock. It's up there somewhere. We're going to go right in here. Actually, it's right in there. And just look at some of these little casual, just little points that are here. You got one that's right here. You got another one that's kind of going on right in here as well. Another one right in here. So you can see that's really steep, and then it just kind of starts to taper back off. And those little areas can always be great areas to find fish. So I'm going to zoom back out. Now we're up here to the first split. I'm going to stay on this right side so we can look at that. Where Burris Bar, I think is how you say it. I mean, you go here, you got these two little points. Obviously, fishing around the points when you got that current coming through there, points are always going to be great places from an offshore standpoint. Kind of the same type thing up here. You got some interesting little points here too. This one is not as obvious. Has a nice little point that comes out there. This one's a good little flat area that comes back in here. Some points. Let's see what those black dots are. A post or a pile. So you could definitely look in this area, see what you can find in here. Same type thing here. This looks like some type of an obstruction over here off the edge of this point as well. So if I can get it to zoom over here, there's some type of an obstruction right here in that area. Another good point right up there too. So you're kind of seeing the pattern, right? We're looking for points, looking for places where they can hide from that current and ambush bait, or that the current will actually just bring the bait to them. Got another good offshore spot here. This looks like a big flat that just comes out. And if you look at the top of this flat, it's only about 12 foot. That's 2 foot there, 10 foot there. So it's really not that deep. So looking up on top of that flat, looking out on the edges of that flat, all of that good stuff, I would definitely do some searching around there. Plus, you see here, it looks like it's got some kind of a feeder creek or something like that feeding into this area as well. So you might be able to find some good stuff right in there. And then again, I keep seeing this dotted line. I don't know if this is an old creek bed or what, but it could be an old creek bed. And if it is, that creek bed swings right around that flat. Right in here could be good. All anywhere up in here, just scanning. All kinds of good stuff could happen right there on that spot. All right, let's keep moving up. See what else we find. I'm going to keep moving. This all looked interesting, but I just didn't know. Can't really find anything exactly to mark for you guys. When I move out here, again, some pretty interesting stuff right here. You got some little bluff walls, or bluffy type, not walls, maybe not walls, but bluffy type areas right here by these docks. These docks can be good little offshore areas. You got an interesting little underwater point going on right here with some pretty good ledges as well. I like this one probably the most just because I'm more comfortable getting up in the more shallower water. But up here, you've got this 4 foot top, this tabletop point that comes out here, and then it breaks really, really good coming into here. So it looks like that's Suck Creek, which is just hilarious that you guys have a creek called Suck Creek. And then it just says the Suck. So hopefully it doesn't suck up in this area, but apparently someone thought it did. You got some more rocks and stuff right in here. We're going to move around the bend and come on down and see what else we can find. It gets just really deep right in here. It's this big, huge channel. Keep coming down, keep coming down. Don't worry, I'll stop and show you guys where I'm at once I get to my next spot. I'm going to come down here. Now let's see where I'm at. I'll back up here to show you guys where I'm at. About right here. So you can see I started up here. I've worked my way down the river, and I'm right in here now. So I'm getting close, about halfway to the end. So again, just a couple more things to look at. Really good little break-offs here. It looks like you got some flooded timber in here too, so you might want to check that out. Move on down. This all looks the same. A lot of this all looks the same, so it's hard to mark anything offshore for you here on this side. We're going to keep moving. I'm probably making you dizzy with my moves, but the minute I zoom this out, it's the minute we come up to a point. So here we are. We're by Kelly's Bar now. And check out this little spot right in here. Good little point that comes over here close to this dock. Little cut in as well. Could be a good little secret little honey hole that's just not out in the open. It's not that obvious, but you definitely got some pretty good contours and things like that going on in that area. All right, we talked about the submerged bridge too in the last video. Let's keep moving down. Got some trees that are out here, really steep, right? You got some backwater stuff back in there as well. All right, finally we get up here. Let's zoom in. So I can show you guys where I'm at. There was Kelly's Bar. I'm coming right over here. Close to that lateral buoy. There's actually looks like there might even be some kind of buoy on the top of this or some kind of light. There's a lateral buoy there, but really good pinch point right here. Check this out. So you've got this nice ridge that comes over here, this nice point that's up here on 4 foot. It breaks off. You got a good creek channel coming back in here. You got another feeder creek coming into here. Good point, main river channel. This just looks like could be a very healthy spot to be able to locate some fish. We're going to move up, talk about these again. These are going to be similar type things, right? Nice little point coming off of a flat with a creek channel. Nice little flat area, kind of contours in right there. Love that. We're going to move on up, see what else we can find. We get in here. This is interesting. You're looking for those little spots where in that main river channel where it breaks off, right? Where it breaks into a creek channel or something that gives them something to hide behind or hide in front of or whatever they want to do. But basically, this is another one of those spots. You got some pretty good breaks right in here. It's right off of the main river channel. So this big shallow area, you got this big flat that's up here. If I zoom this down, you'll see it. Huge flat. And then right here on the edges of them, right? Those 2 little points right in there. Of course, right up here too, look how drastic that break is right there. I mean, you're going from basically like 5 foot of water to, I don't know, 60, 70, 80 foot of water. So, I mean, you're talking major, major, major ledges right in that area. All right, let's keep moving up. Same type thing, right? You got your little points with your feeder creeks coming in. You're looking for those little intersections. There is even a hidden one right in there too that we missed. That one's not as obvious, but it's definitely there. We get up here. This is where it starts to kind of taper off, right? And then you've got, if you look for the dry creek light, it's right there. You can see the little cut in right there. If I zoom in, you'll really see it. But here's 9 foot, and then it cuts in, goes 14 foot, and cuts back out. That spot right in there. That would be a high percentage area. Also over in here, got really good ledges right there. All throughout here, you got good ledges. Look for those openings. You see openings like that, fish around those openings, right? Right in here, you see stuff like that, you definitely want to go and fish around those. Now let's pull this back a little bit, make sure we're not missing anything. We're up here. Let me show you where I'm at. We're Marion County now. We're up by the airport. So we're on that last kind of big turn, I believe. But as we come out here, we've got some pretty interesting stuff here. We got a nice little underwater point here that has some flooded timber as well. That could be productive. Even over here too, we kind of missed it, but you see this little island here, getting on the backside of that island right in there. That can be productive as well, for sure. And then of course on the last video, we talked about that little spot right in there. So let's keep moving down. Some more good ledges, little cut-ins as well, right? Nice little point that comes out here. Kind of hard to see, but there's definitely a point there. Then we're going to move down here. We've got these little breaks as well that are here. These could be good to fish around for sure. Those are going to hold some fish and be really good spots for them to go kind of hide in and stuff like that. And then let's zoom into this area. Let's talk about some of this stuff. So here we go. You can't tell, but there's a creek bed coming through here. You can see these dotted lines. They outline the creek bed. So the creek bed's, if you just follow my hand, this is the creek bed. So you're going to want to fish anywhere you see little points or anything like that and kind of covered you could fish around. Well, right here is perfect, submerged bridge. This is a little underwater point that comes out here that touches that creek channel. That can be good. And this is another little underwater point that comes out that has the creek channel bend right on the edge of it. So again, all kinds of good areas to go look at. We're going to move down. We're going to go down through this bridge right in here. I don't know if it told us what it is, the Marion Memorial Bridge. We'll go down there. Now, when we get in here, this is where I think it gets a little bit more interesting, definitely from an offshore standpoint. You can see we've got a ton of stuff marked here. So let's just jump into this thing and talk about all these different areas. Let's zoom in on this spot first, or this little area. So first we've got this nice big hump that's out here. You can really see it. Even when I have it zoomed out, you can tell you've got a big, huge flat that's up there. If I go over there and zoom on top of it, 7 foot. I mean, it's very big, shallow flat, right? So looking on that flat, looking around that flat, looking around the edges of that flat as well, that's going to be a good area. Then if you come over here, you got this underwater point that's right here. This thing looks really good. It's a nice little shallow area with an underwater point, another submerged bridge that's over here. Look at this stuff right in here. You got some flooded timber going on in here, some really good points with a creek channel coming down and touching the edge of both of those. That looks healthy. If we get up in here around the bridge, let's go up here to the top first so we don't miss these two. But we get up here, we got submerged culverts up here. We've got this high spot that's right in here. This looks super awesome. I would do some scanning around this and then, go check out that bridge. We get on the other side of the bridge, we got the island. The island's got a really good little point that comes off the front of it. It's got some really good, it looks like flooded timber and really steep stuff on the back side of it, or this side of it. And then on the other side of it, you've got a fish attractor as well. So probably a pretty productive little area to go fishing here. You're kind of getting the same thing down in here too. Really good ledge over here. Not sure what's going on over here, but nice little pinch point with the ledge. Good points as well. We get over here, these are more your shallow little tabletops, right? This thing's only 8 foot. This one's only, let's see if we can get it on there, 8 foot as well. So again, some really good shallow areas, some good humps and things like that, probably rocky stuff that they can be attracted to. Some really good looking stuff in that area for sure. So let's move down a little bit more. Now we're going to get around here to Little Cedar Mountain. I'm going to zoom in here. We're going to talk about this stuff. So again, look at this nice creek channel or river channel coming down here and slamming right into this point. So this point can definitely be a good place as well. You've also got a creek channel that runs this way. You can't hardly see it in here because it's so steep. You got such an awesome ledge there. But if you move it over here, you've actually got some rock that's back in there as well. And then move it up, got a little rounded point where the creek channel touches the point. That can be good. Even right in here, see where this creek channel comes right here and swings right there, and then it gets up into this shallow flat. Definitely good looking spot to look at right there too. All right, let's move over here, see what else we can find. We got this, we marked this. This is a really good high spot. 10 foot, right? 10 foot here, 17 foot here, 70 foot here. So definitely a good area to go look at right in there. And then again, right here, just really good steep points to go look at. Got some rock down in here too. This could be a productive little area. So we're going to move down, see what else we find. We're almost at the dam, so we only got a few more things to look at. But as we move in here, let's take a look at it. So first off, right here, here's another creek channel coming right here. If you follow my little finger, it's going to go down here. It's going to swing down. It's going to go way down here. So we definitely want to fish that spot, right? Then we're going to follow the creek channel up. It doesn't make really any big turns. It does right there, but I don't see any contours or anything like that. But then if we follow it, we're going to follow it back to here. Boom. Creek channel off the edge of a point. Flooded timber, money. If we go up here, see this little arm that comes out. Another nice little point right here where the creek channel is coming right up against it. So another good point to fish as well. Then we're going to come down here closer towards the dam and staying on this side. We already talked about all of this. So again, if you missed that video, just look at the lake breakdown playlist and you'll see it out there. But these last couple spots I wanted to show you here. This is the edge of the flat, right? Huge flat up here, 6 foot or something like that. But you get off the edges of it and you look for those points where those big drops are. You got one right here. You got one right here that's really, really big. And then over here in the corner too, they love these little cut-ins, these corners close to these dams. This could be a really good spot to look at as well. So guys, I hope that helps you out. Hope puts you on some fish out there on Lake Nickajack. If you want all these waypoints to be able to be loaded onto your graph, we've got them for you. Simplisticfishing.com. Go out and check out our website. Simplisticfishing.com. You'll go out there, you'll see all the different lakes that we have. We started in Texas, so we have a ton of Texas lakes out there, but go out and check out the lakes around Tennessee, Kentucky, all of that. We've got quite a few out there for you guys to go look at, and we'll continue these lake breakdowns as we move forward. Until next time, guys, I hope you catch your PB. Take it easy.